So they always say the solution to this type of thing is in court. You got to get a lawyer, go to court. And in my previous attempts to do that, a lawyer will look at your files in the computer, your records, and say, they'll scold you out. Twice I've been scolded out of a lawyer's office. I actually have recording of how that process happened. And he says, you'll have other people treating you the same way. You know why. What's the bias against you? So the bias is against me, why I would be picked in the first place as a target of a scam and abuse. First of all, right? Scammers, abusers target the vulnerable, those who I represent from this day forth. Lawyers want to side with the big guy. Albert is a founder, manager of a auto parts company, right? Some big shot over there. The squatter was, who's the lawyer gonna represent? He would be afraid to represent me, right? That's because I'm a soft target. Who's gonna have the back of the small guy? When the big guy up against a Goliath, you're up against a Goliath, who's gonna represent David? Right? You have a squatter who's a member of a big gang. It's a well-known fact, and you should know it. If you don't, cops will help out. They'll persecute, prosecute, they'll attack, they'll arrest the little guy who's not gonna fight back. The easy target. Cops target the vulnerable. They're not gonna go against a gang member. So you're in a house, a gang member is occupying, using tenant protection laws, using to do drug dealing transactions and prostitution transactions. And the cops tell you, you don't let her visitors in because she has a right to do, we can arrest you. It's easier to them to support the big gang member who wants that house to use as base to sell drugs to your kids. They'll support the big guy against me. And so that didn't work. Now they're supporting Albert against me. Lawyers would support Albert against me. So would the social workers. I'm sorry, Kaiser Behavioral Health, Simi Valley, Heather, I was asking you about it's not an accusation, it's a fact that needs to be out in the open. It needs to be exposed. I was asking you about mom's health directive. I noticed you're very uncomfortable, your eyes went down, and you were just like, you didn't want to say anything at all. You didn't want to support me in getting control of my mom, using her health directive. She's refusing to take her meds, refusing to sign the listing agreement to move from them. That was my intention. Cops didn't want to help. Therapists said nothing we can do. Social workers, nothing we can do. You can see my recordings, the reluctance to help. Because they're scared of the big guy. They're scared of Albert over there suing. Lawsuit abuse by the abusers makes everybody across the board support the abuser. Right? You don't want trouble. You want to cover your ass. CYA, you support the abuser. If I'm in a therapy session in a relationship with a woman who's abusing me, the therapist would rather support the abuser because she doesn't want to get fight back. She ain't gonna get it from me. That's what it was targeted for, the abuse. Do you understand? Who's gonna stand for the little guy? I am.